Distinguished members of the press, distinguished guests, today we are hosting a very important guest in Istanbul, my distinguished friend and brother, Foreign Minister of Iran, Mr. Abbas Araqchi, is visiting our country, and I would like to express my pleasure in hosting him and the accompanying delegation in our country. As you know, last November, I paid a visit to Tehran, and following that, both in relation to the bilateral relations and regional developments as issues have arisen, we have been in constant contact. So we might need to have actually contacts every 2 days because of the developments in the region. With my distinguished brother, we talked about very important developments. Many bilateral and regional issues were deliberated upon. The stability and security of our region is amongst the priorities of our foreign policy, and we do defend that regional resolutions should be found for regional problems. This is something that we have always defended, both in the Middle East, the Balkans, and Southern Caucasus. This is the main principle that we follow in our foreign policy. Within this framework, the peace and welfare of our neighbor, Iran, is important both for us as well as for our region. We closely follow the developments that are taking place in Iran, and we are deeply sorry for the loss of lives during the protests, and we would like to share our condolences to the people of Iran. And once again, I shared my condolences with my distinguished friend. The fact that events have calmed down is important, and we do believe that calm should prevail. The internal issues of Iran should be resolved peacefully by the people of Iran with no external intervention. On the other hand, we have started seeing that PKK terrorist organization have tried to benefit from the recent developments, and this is showing that PKK PJAK terrorist organization is not just a threat for Turkey but also for Iran. And we should actually jointly fight against the PKK. Once again, I would like to remind of this fact. Distinguished members of the press, the nuclear negotiations between Iran and USA should restart in a constructive basis, which is crucial for the reducing of the regional tension. The negotiations should also be an important opportunity for the lifting of sanctions against Iran, and it is going to open a path for integration of Iran with the international economic system. These steps are also going to bring important advantages to all parties. At the current status quo, the normalization of the relations on the basis of a new basis is really important. Starting from the president himself, we have been always sharing with our counterparts that we are against a military intervention against Iran. Our president also talked with President Pezeshkian this morning via phone, and we would like to repeat once again, resorting to military alternatives for the resolution of the problems is something that we are against, and we do believe that this is not going to work. We support and defend negotiations and diplomacy. What we have experienced in Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan and Gaza is still fresh in our memories. While we're trying to address the wounds of the past, opening up a new wound in our region is not going to bring any benefit to anybody. We do see that the countries of the region want peace, stability, and welfare. And we are calling the parties to the negotiation table within this context. Once this negotiation table is set, taking the problems separately from each other is going to make it possible to reach a resolution much more easily. During our deliberations today, I personally conveyed all these messages to my distinguished brother Araqchi, and I have also repeated that Turkey is ready to support for any peaceful resolution to the problems. On the other hand, we also are seeing Israel is trying to convince the USA to a military attack against Iran, and such efforts of Israel is having a huge potential of actually damaging the fragile stability of our region. And we do hope that the US administration is not going to give an opportunity to this, and we hope that common sense will prevail. Israel should actually end the policies for destabilizing our region. Distinguished members of the press, we we also talked about the recent developments pertaining to Gaza. The urgent issue is to stop the pain of our brothers in Gaza so that they can look to the future in a hopeful manner. We have now started the implementation of the second phase of the Gaza peace plan. Attaining ceasefire was something that we seriously contributed to as Turkey, and in this process we will be actively involved. We are taking place in the mechanisms of the Board of Peace, and I have also been participating in the Gaza Executive Board to support the activities of the National Committee for the Administration of Gaza and High Representative Office. The main target in Gaza is clear. Gaza should be ruled and governed by the people of Gaza. The borders of Gaza should not be changed. Gaza should be rebuilt, and it should take into consideration the needs of the people of Gaza, taking into consideration their needs for the future. As Turkey, on the basis of these principles, we are taking responsibility and we are undertaking initiatives. Distinguished members of the press, amongst the items of the agenda, we also talked about Syria. The territorial integrity and unity of Syria is important, and we will stand against any effort that is going to target this territorial integrity and unity. On the 24th of January, there is an extended and to clashes, and we have also seen that there is an agreement about integration. This message was received by us overnight. Of course, we are closely following the developments. A real integration is to the benefit of Syria, and of course the parties know the conditions of this. The detainees and prisoners should be transferred to Iraq, and this is of vital importance. On the other hand, in Iraq, which is our joint neighbor, we are also closely following the process of establishing the new government following the elections for the parliament. With my distinguished counterpart, we also talked about the security and stability of Iraq, and we underlined the importance of this for our countries and for the region. And we have a will and determination to work closely with the new Iraqi government. Distinguished members of the press, Turkey and Iran are two important actors of the current geography that we are existing in. And in this framework, the continuation of the contacts is not just important for our bilateral relations, but for also the regional security and welfare. I would like to thank my distinguished friend, Foreign Minister Araqchi, for this visit and for his contributions. And following this visit, our president is also going to receive Foreign Minister Araqchi. And once again, I would like to say welcome to our country and to Istanbul. The floor is yours, Mr. Minister. In the name of God, the merciful